In relation to the Brigalow project here at Weimea, it's of particular interest the way they've run the corridors. They've bordered the property with belts of Brigalow, which gives a lot of benefits to the country around it. This project is supported by Southern Queensland Landscapes through funding from the Australian Government's National Landcare Program.
Our project at the moment with SQL is putting up some more permanent fencing to reduce the paddock sizes. We're hoping that those areas of Brigalow that are within those paddocks won't have as much pressure on them. We're fortunate enough that our property borders two creeks. Those animals have to be able to travel from one creek to the other. So for us, it's really important to make sure that we have our Brigalow lines so that they can have their communities come together and that we can keep them a healthy population for the future. The other thing that we also know is that those animals are doing a massive thing ecologically, but they're also helping us production-wise. A microbat will eat half of its body weight in insects in a night. So the more microbats we have, the less we have a need for insecticides. The better that we have those ecological systems working for us and not against us.
There's plenty of ants and other birds that are travelling between corridors of Brigalow, and as they travel, they fertilise the ground in between the two segments. It has this cross benefit, all of those things interacting together to bring it about.
One big barrier is that people do see that as lost production area. We're in the unique situation that we have sheep, cattle and cropping. So we have value in having trees for shade and protection for our livestock. Whereas if we were completely cropping, then you've got to look at it from that microbat and bird population helping reduce your insects and your pressure that happens on a crop. Mycorrhizal fungi is a really important thing in cropping. It's what produces the highest level of carbon in our soil. The best source of mycorrhizal fungi is from natural woodland.
This is the story we're trying to get out to people now, the importance of what all of these things do. You know, for instance, that it is a legume, that it does fixate nitrogen from the atmosphere and make it usable to other plants that are close to it or within its community.
There are a lot of issues with protecting and managing Brigalow. Sometimes weed control is a little bit harder, but we also find that weed control is easier once you actually get the three layers working together of a natural ecosystem. If we have Brigalow and we've grazed it out underneath and we've had the cattle destroy the wilga, the saltbush and all of those things, that's when we get a lot more problems with our Harrisia cactus, with African boxthorn and things like that. As a farming community, we need to start stepping up and start having a story. And I really think that one aspect of that, for us to be able to do it, has to be how we look after our environment on our farm. And I think that's part of the story that we need to start telling people out in the community and our consumers.